Hey guys, it's Martin Cliffe here again. Welcome to another video. Before we go any further, don't forget to click the like icon, subscribe to the channel if you're not already, although I do appreciate everyone who has been subscribing, and comment down below. Now what we thought. I'm joined by Ed and Rob today, and we're going to do the first of a two-part video responding to We're Not Alone, which was our album that we recorded 11 years ago, believe it or not. It came out just over 10 years ago. So yeah, we've never done one of these reaction videos before. We thought we'd try it and see. So I just feel a little bit candid seeing what we remember really from all those years ago. So guys, before we actually start listening, is there any specific memories that come up that you can think of that makes you...
He's a robot.
Yeah, I remember you always calling me that. We, what was it?
Second best friend, I think.
Second best friend. The acoustic guitar starts in 6/8 rhythm, I think, or a 12/8 rhythm.
Yeah, I think it's 6/8. Yeah.
And I always remember you saying you started it, you're like, you're dead easy to follow you. It's like playing, you're like a robot, and yeah, that's my memory of doing that one.
Yeah, it definitely made it easier in terms of the rhythm guitar stuff, because obviously on the first album I played all the rhythm guitar parts as well, and having something really solid that the rest of us could kind of lock onto was pretty good.
Can't remember how to play it.
No, it's been a while. But the first song was the title track, We're Not Alone, which I wrote with Dan, who isn't able to join us today because he's in Thailand. But yeah, that was I remember distinctly writing it. I think the only non-lyrical contribution from yourself, Ed. I think it was the only lyric I wrote on the album. But yeah, let's give it a listen. A whole lot of weird sound effects. I don't really remember how I made all these.
I think you were using that emu.
Yeah, well, we had the emu, we had Dan's Phantom, and did I have the camera by then? The red one?
I don't think so.
I think this is me playing drums on this one. We're at 5/8 at this point. Never been 100% happy with the harmony of that last chord of this 4-bar sequence.
It's a very long introduction, isn't it?
Yeah, we didn't do things by ours like that.
Well,
I think this album's longer than the first one, it has 2 less tracks. It's really needing a real pipe. Interesting to hear how my voice has changed over the years, matured. Can't can't remember what mic I was using here, but it sounds very thin.
I don't think it's a mystery. I think you've just got better at singing. Simple as that.
Yeah. Hopefully.
So when we're doing critical listening on this, I think the drum tracks need to be increased in volume. They seem to like blend into everything, don't they? And the introduction and the in-between bits need to be shortened quite considerably.
Yeah, I think realistically this is a 30-minute album that we made last 45 minutes.
All right, okay. Some good sounds on it.
I'd forgotten I played this as a keyboard solo. So this is definitely me. Dan played most of the keyboards on this.
This sounds like you for
So
sure.
that was me playing the keyboard solo. I always thought I played this on guitar. I can play it on guitar, I learned it on guitar. So. The chord sequence was definitely mostly Dan, at least for the chorus. And a lot of 5/8 stuff was Dan. The whole idea of this was the time we were undecided, I think, whether we were writing a concept album or not, and then we didn't. But this was like setting off on a voyage and always kind of keeping in mind that kind of wherever in the universe we might be, God is with us, without specifically naming God, because we don't actually do that until I think the last song on the album. And then I made lots of weird noises.
It's probably a good idea that we dropped the God concept because we could have got into all sorts of theological trouble. I mean, you allege that God doesn't have a face, but of course Moses sees the back of his head.
Yeah. I don't want to go too deep down the theological
Best not.
discussion now.
Best not.
This was recorded on the Black Ovation Pinnacle Deluxe.
Yeah, in this room.
Is it?
Yeah.
All right, okay.
Yeah, me and you came
No,
in.
now you said that.
Yeah.
I remembered doing it, yeah.
Yeah, and I kicked my dad out of the house for the day, and we just set up in this room and recorded all the acoustic guitar tracks for the album, I think, on one day.
Right, okay.
So you had your Black Ovation and the 12 string, and I had my 12 string tuned to something weird, and I borrowed Michael's Ovation 6 as well. So all the acoustic guitars are Ovations on this album. That was also
Not many people like Ovations, do they? I think they're great sounding guitars.
They record really well plugged in.
Oh, yeah.
They're not acoustically maybe the prettiest sounding, but they fit in a mix, particularly in a rock mix.
I seem to remember that Sky used Ovation guitars.
Yeah, I think so. John Williams was an Ovation artist, but not that John Williams. What I remember more about this song, other than it being a rip-off of an Iron Maiden song, but I don't remember which Iron Maiden song it is, just in terms of some of the motifs that happen in the instrumental bit, was rehearsing these 4 or 5 part vocal harmonies at a house in Stoke when Tom was playing with us, and just like, cause obviously I recorded all 5 vocal parts myself, but then trying to get us all to do it live.
I guess Tom probably is capable of singing 5 vocal parts simultaneously.
He definitely handled the high stuff rather easier than any of us.
I like this track.
Yeah, again, slightly too long, but
I really like this track.
yeah, it's got a great. I love the lyrics. I think
It's been a while since I've listened to this one.
I think it was my third attempt at writing a song to these lyrics.
There's a lot to be said for redrafting, isn't there?
Yeah, as in like for a completely different song.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I mixed this song before I had my proper Adam studio monitors, so it's remarkable that it sounds as crisp as it does.
You weren't still mixing helicopters by the stage, were you?
I don't know, I definitely mixed the first album.
First album, yeah.
I like this next bit coming up. Oh, where is it?
Next one.
Yeah, this bit. I really like that. The harmonies are very, very good, aren't they?
Yeah, I think at this stage, other than having an editor to actually concise down the song a bit, what would have really benefited us was having a true lead singer who had a voice with a bit more tone. Because I can always sing backing, and my voice suited backing back then pretty well, but it wasn't a lead vocal voice. I think I've got better at that over time. Obviously, having had singing lessons and sung a lot more over the last 10 years, but I just got older and more mature. But yeah, I think having a real lead singer with a character voice would have really benefited us.
You mean like Daffy Duck?
Maybe. This obviously as well has better drumming because this is Tom playing drums on this one. Tom was a student of mine who, after he left school, we kept in touch, and he was a great drummer and just agreed to play out a couple of songs for us. And then for a while we had others after that as well.
Yeah, he played for Rolls-Royce brass band, Rolls-Royce Derby.
Yeah, he was at university in Derby.
I think, I'm not sure if the championship section of band, but it was then, I think it might have been the championship section of band, so it was pretty good.
Again, the solo could have done with being only 8 bars instead of 16. I used a wah pedal. This might be the last time I ever used a wah pedal. Now, of course, unfortunately, you weren't able to play bass on the actual recording session for this due to
It's not that unfortunate.
Yeah, well, it would have been nice for you. Obviously, you contributed a lot lyrically to the album, but it would have been really great for you to have played on more than just the scratch tracks when we recorded the drums.
I had my hands full with those scratch tracks. Because that was in your garage studio, wasn't it? As I recall.
We certainly recorded Tom's drums at the church. I think that was the only time all 5 of us were in the same room recording. It was mostly Dan and I who were involved. Yeah, so then I came up to record acoustic guitars with you, and you did I think we kept a little bit of the electric guitar stuff that you recorded as well. I remember one of the reviews on one of the websites talked about how Rob's brought in this this whole new level of guitar solo, and it's like, I played all the solos. But,
There are a lot of pitfalls for a reviewer. There's another fantasy novel by that guy Paul Park, whose book I just now bought you for your birthday. And he wrote another line under a female pseudonym. And reviewers sort of chime in with things, sexist comments like, this woman doesn't know what she's talking about. I thought, she's not a woman. So reviewers, they really do put their foot in it.
yeah, I think it was the same reviewer who said, great music, but the lead singer can't sing, or can't sing in tune.
Tells it like it is.
And it's like, yeah, I freely admit that I am not the greatest singer, I don't have the greatest tone and stuff, but there is not an out-of-tune note on the album. I can sing in tune. it's just not, doesn't sound like how I wanted it. So,
I think there are plenty of YouTube videos out there about the widespread use of auto-tune on commercial recordings.
yeah, now the first album I auto-tuned. Second album, this album I didn't, because I didn't hear enough noticeable difference to warrant it. I don't know, I mean, it's like, it's a long time ago.
So how long is this track? It seems to have been going on quite a while here.
Oh, 6.5 minutes.
Oh, you're going to be longer than that, aren't we?
Yeah, we're at 8:07.
I'm going to say about 8 minutes.
Maybe it should have been 6.5 minutes.
Come on, you know I love that quote from Santana about she fell in love in East LA to the sound of a guitar played by Carlos Santana. We're just giving people more time to fall in love. That's what we're doing.
Now we have Moreland Radio's favourite song.
We had two very different experiences at Moreland Radio, didn't we?
I had quite a few because I kept going back in to talk about other bands.
They had you back again, wow.
Yeah,
I think I only went in once.
yeah, because you came in for the interview, but you weren't available when we did the acoustic session, which was just.
I think that was why it was an acoustic session, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I've never listened to that back.
I still have it on recording, but
Oh dear.
But this, I just wanted. This is completely me, and I just needed something to fill the space between the two songs. I was only expecting about 15 seconds of music, but I just kept recording. And if you analyse it, the chord sequences don't make sense because it's a different number of bars each time the pattern goes through. Because I was just literally making it up as I went along on the piano, and then I just had to record extra parts to fill it about the sound. So it was one take, and then figure out what I played.
It's a strange chord you've gone to there.
Yeah.
So is there actually any words to this? Or is it just music?
No.
He wasn't making the words up as he went along.
This was just an ambient keyboard track. But as I say, I only intended to be 15, 20, maybe 30 seconds tops.
Right.
Just to fill in the space between the two songs.
Which is a great idea because they're two quite heavy songs, aren't they, lyrically and emotionally?
Yeah. Oh, I mean, yeah, Half the Sun, which is coming up next.
Yeah, whoa.
Did raise a few questions from
Yeah.
people. People were very concerned about, well, both our marriages, I think, at different points.
Well, to put those concerns to rest, I think these lyrics go back to before I was married, so that's all right.
Yeah, and I mean, Rob now does have a daughter, but neither of us do.
No.
So
It's true.
there's a line there, yeah, don't tell our daughter, and it's a very emotive song, and I kind of love and hate singing it. I love vocally. It needed a different course. We're about to go on to it once this.
How many versions of this did you do? Because I'm sure that I did a version. It goes back that far. I'm not sure I ever presented that to the band.
I don't know. Oh, that guitar sound.
Did I record on this?
Yes, I think so. You certainly contributed some of the ideas to this intro.
No, I don't think it was this one.
You can see now why there are so many videos on YouTube about who played the bass on While My Guitar Gently Weeps and so forth.
Yeah.
There are so many conspiracy theories, no one can quite remember.
So this is definitely gone on piano. C major 7, D sus 2. Those are your used pair chords in this song. Jeez.
It's a good face, at least it sounded like the bass to me.
Almost like they were played by the same person. It's top G, I'm sure. That lead guitar tone is neck pickup of Snowy back in the day, so that would have been a Marzio Mojo probably through a DS1. It's just it's not quite there for me. And that was always a difficult line to phrase.
I wonder if other bands like AC/DC or the big bands listen back to their albums and go like, oh,
I'm sure they do. I don't get. I'm very proud of this album as where we were in time. Whether, just looking back in hindsight, the things that I would have done differently and I would have wanted, or at least I would have benefited from more contribution from YouTube musically, I think. And from a production point of view, just saying, this is too long, cut it. We don't need to play that 8 times.
So, mental note for next album, be brutally honest with you.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Plus I think, compared with 10 years ago, I've got a lot thicker skin there, and if I disagree with you, I'll just ignore you. But
okay, so the next album's going to be even longer, isn't it?
Well, we're going to write down that you ignored it, so 10 years on, you can't complain.
Yeah. Rob, this should be an 8-bar guitar solo. Martin. Right, 64 bars it is then. And this is, we don't have a guitar solo.
Again, aren't you?
What?
You're using more again.
Yeah. It's interesting, yeah. I mean, obviously, it changed so much to the players.
Oh, fantastic, we've got Head on the Track coming up. Great.
Yeah, that'll have to be in part 2, I think, because we're running at the end of our kind of recording time. But yeah, so maybe next week for that. This needed to be more empty. But my voice wouldn't carry it, which is why I had to add the choir in, just to make it. At one point I edited the lyrics of this down to a slightly more succinct song, which brought it down to about 4 minutes. But I can't remember what I did with that version of the song. Why do I remember you singing that? Maybe live.
It's the kind of thing I'd do for a laugh.
Oh, I knocked it down. I can hear it. Maybe when we played that.
I did used to double you an octave for a while, didn't I?
Yeah, the echo of the starts to matter. So we've come to the kind of the end of part 1 of the album, really. Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, I haven't listened to this in probably 3 or 4 years, I don't know whether they're...
I've not listened to it in about 10 years. Well, maybe a bit less.
Yeah, so it's really interesting looking back and hearing just things like the change of the timbre of my voice, the change of guitar tones that I would use these days. I'm still would like to get a different drummer to play on the tracks that I played on, but Anyway, come on next week or the week after, whenever it gets uploaded, when we will continue with this little journey. Take care, guys. See you soon.
Bye bye.